Why, hello, you lovely little peppercorns. My name's Noa Lee, and welcome to another Demon Souls afternoon. We're playing some Demon Souls this week. Sorry I'm a little late. I was having some technical difficulties. Capture card wasn't working. Then the Steam Deck wasn't working. Then the audio wasn't working, so it was great. But we're good now, and we're going to continue on with some Demon Souls today, because that's what I feel like doing. So, yeah, let's switch on. Oh, wrong button. Let's switch on over there. We got that wonderful Demon Souls intro playing at the moment. Let me get my unrustle my jimmies here and get my cord all into it. There we go. And get my chair all situated. All right. Where do we leave off last week? All right. I was gonna kill the armored spider and then I died. That's what happened last time. So we're gonna do that this time. We were playing RTG, which was like rotary something girl or something like that. Hi, everything worked perfectly. Oh yeah, situation normal, all fucked up. Hi Jimmel, how you doing this week? Oh, where am I? Oh right, that's a weird spot to quit the game, but I did it for some reason. Should go fight the armored spider. I'm kind of low on grass though. Oh well. Luckily, I got this handy shortcut for us. Hopefully, I can remember how to fight the armored spider, because it's been a minute. I'm gonna have to get my stuff back, too. Sleepy as hell, working all weekend right now. Ah, oh, crap. Sorry to hear that. You sleepy because of the time change? I would be if I actually had to get up this morning, but I didn't, so I just slept an extra hour. I forgot we had the time change today, so like, and it was snowing last night, so I woke up at my usual time, which is like 6:37, somewhere in there. And I'm like, man, it's like really dark out for, it must be snowing like a son of a bitch. But my phone actually adjusted itself, and I didn't know that. Alright, these guys are, as we discovered last week, resistant to slashing damage, which means I need to stab. There we go. Stab. Stab. Ow, he stabbed me. It'd take me a second to get warmed up here, jeez. Nope, that I'm hitting triangle to pick stuff up because I've been playing Elden Ring. That happens. Let's eat some grass. That's not the grass button. This is the grass button. That did not help. Was working until 2 and forgot time change and then checked the time. It was, oh, that's terrible. I went to sleep at 3. Oh, man. Been there. When I worked at Best Buy, I was on, I was doing an overnight for some, crap. Man, I need to get my shit together here. I'm getting my ass kicked already. I was doing an overnight for a remodel project we had. And it was like during the fall, like, fall time change. So like, at 2 o'clock, the clocks went back to 1 o'clock a.m. So I actually had to work an extra overnight hour that night. That really sucked. It's amazing how much of a difference an extra hour can make to, like, throw off your rhythm. Alright. Yes, the rocks. I'm just gonna try to squamp bash all these guys here. I took the time to fight them all last week. We don't need to do it again. And the lizards, and I think there's some dogs up ahead too. Oh crap. Oh. And then I accidentally did a shield bash when I didn't want to. Oh, I'm kind of fucked. I should probably go get some grass. I'm almost out of healing items. Yep, I could feel that. Ugh. Stupid time change. Do I have any souls in my inventory, or do I have to farm some? Oh, I got some. Alright. You sell grass, my dude? Mr. Filthy Man. You got some grass for me? Yeah, that'll do. That's just a regular.
Don't you agree?
I'd rather have some better grass, but I guess I'll make do. How many of those do I have? Not many. Poopy. We'll just have to make do. Now we have tasty grass. Okay. And I missed the elevator. Shit. I don't think I'm awake yet either, Jimmel. Just keep... Should've... If I would have been thinking, I could have, like, warmed up a bit before the stream, but oh well. After the armored spider, I'm probably going to go to a different level, just because I feel like my character is a little weak for this area. Backstab should be one-shotting these guys. Ah! And my roll didn't register. My bleh. There we go. Might help if I use my shield too, like that. Hey, what's up, Fungi Arts? How you do? Oh crap, bad news. Bad news about the Discord thing. Apparently they want to record voice chats and probably messages for AI bots or some crap. Yikes. Never heard of that. I'm second guessing the Discord thing anyway. I got to thinking about it some more this week and I don't know. And that really turns me off of it. Because I mean, that's just, it's not like that's the worst thing in the world. I mean, it is. It's pretty bad, but I mean, everybody's phone already kind of does that anyway. But, it just kind of makes me think, like, what are they going to do, like, in the future? Like, if that's what they're going to do right now, like, you know, what's stopping them from, you know, logging everything you say? Oh, yeah, I forgot you can go up here. This is, like, a better way to go, too. What's stopping them from logging everything you say and then, like, you know, actually having access to, like, your email information and gaining telemetry on your computer or your phone or whatever you happen to be accessing your Discord on? And, yeah. I don't know. It seemed like... It sucks, because it seems like that's, like, the best place for, like, a community, like, aspect, but I don't know. At the same time, they just... I don't like stuff like that. Ugh. Is it actually guaranteed that they're going to start recording stuff, or they did that exclusively for the PS5 first, I think? What's that, recording messages? Or recording voice chats? Like, why do they... That's like such a big security issue to me. Like, I don't know why you'd want to do that if not for just, you know... selling ads to people, I guess, is really the only reason, or... You know, if somebody is, like, associated with a crime in the future, like, then the police can petition Discord to like release their recordings or something like that as evidence, and I don't agree with stuff like that. That's such a... Oh, man, why did I do this? Let's just run. Ugh, running from I forgot. Dogs in this game are the worst out of the entire series. I swear. Jesus. They following me? Of course they are. That's okay. Oh, and I didn't even need to come this way, did I? Because yeah, shit. I didn't even need to come this way. I forgot. It's been so long since I played. I don't remember the level design. Alright, you need to die. Get on my way. There we go. Yeah, because I could have just walked... Wait. No, I completely forgot where to go. Yeah, we'll figure it out eventually. Yeah, I need to go up that way. Oh, I need to go this way. This way. Or not. What the Oh, that way. God. I feel like such a noob. It's been so long. Yeah, I didn't need to come up here. We came up here last week. Well, that sucks to hear. That they are pulling crap like that, but I guess they're far from the only ones doing it, so win in Rome, I suppose. I probably shouldn't jump down that way, or we're gonna die. And in today's day and age, everyone is sadly spying on us. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Everyone's spying on everyone. Which reminds me of, I'm playing Atomic Heart right now. Quite like that game. Took me a while to get into it, but now that I am, I really like it. But the game is like, you know, a dystopian communist future. Like, if like the Soviet Union had lasted, although I think it technically takes place in the 1950s, but it's like futuristic technology 1950s. But there's cameras everywhere. And every time a camera sees you, like, it like sends a signal to this hive mind that like launches robots in your location. So like you go and okay, so you think you need to take out the cameras, and then you take out the cameras, but then oh no, there's these robots that come back through and repair the cameras like a few seconds after you make them. And then there's like these hive minds in the sky that you can bring down to temporarily disable all the cameras in the area, but it's only temporarily, so it's like you just can't get away from the spying in that game. And from a gameplay standpoint, it's kind of a pain in the ass, but you do get used to it, and if you like level up your weapons well enough, it stops being a big deal because you can take down the robots pretty easily. But it just makes me think of like what a dystopian future we're going into right now, where there's cameras everywhere and everybody's face is going to be like, you know, logged, and we're all going to... This guy's following me over here. We're all going to be like on record all the time, and yeah, crazy. Well, I was referring to the old days when Germany was split into two halves. Oh, I see. There is that, too. Yeah, that's kind of like, you know, the world of, like, Atomic Heart right there is the idea of, like, you know, a split Germany or, like, you know, a Soviet Union, but... And, like, the kind of world that, like the Soviets were trying to create back then very much reminds me of, like, kind of, not to get, like, too political here or, you know, like, conspiracy theory-ist, but if the Soviets, like, could only dream of the technology we have for spying on people back then... Granted, I don't think we're headed quite to that level of, you know, badness, but it's a lot more insidious the way, like, you know, people are spying on stuff. At least you can, you know, It used to be like you just had to worry about your government spying on you, and that was bad enough. Now you got to worry about your government spying on you, your neighbors spying on you, big corporations spying on you, small corporations spying on you. Everybody's spying on everybody all the time. All right, let's see if I can actually beat the armored spider now. Let's eat some grass. I think I remember. I think you just need to get into his face and just roll. We'll see. I should probably get my shield up while, yeah, like that. And I think he always launches 3 of those if I... He launches 3 of those. Oh, crap. That's probably my least favorite boss in this whole game, if I'm being honest. I do not have the grass requirements for this. Come on, eat, eat. Ah, shit. I have a bad feeling about this. Eat grass, eat grass. Oh god, I'm eating grass so slow. And now I'm super slow. Okay, okay. Get in his face. Swing, swing. Roll. Swing, swing. Roll. Yeah, there we go. Swing, swing. Roll. Yeah. Swing. Ow. Yeah, I feel way too underpowered for this. Oh god! Is that an AoE? I don't remember. That's definitely an AoE. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. I hate this boss. We're gonna have to go somewhere else and power up a little bit. Jesus. Alright, let's go do that. Yeah, I'm thinking the time change might have thrown everybody off as to what time I was streaming today. It threw me off, that's for sure. Let's have some cold brew coffee here. Okay, what's next? Can't go any farther in the first Archstone. This is... Yeah, let's go to Tower Latria. See how much of my ass I'll get kicked here. Luckily, I think you get more... The enemies here drop more souls, so I should level up more. It's time for dinner. Nice. What are you having for dinner there, Funky Arts? I had a ribeye for lunch. I only eat lunch, typically. Not having a replenishing potion seemed like a pain. Never played Demon Souls. It seems like it, but normally it's probably just because I'm rusty and I'm streaming, so by default my skill level is about half of what it normally is. But it seems like it, but normally you have more grass than you know what to do with, so it's actually unbalanced in the other way, where usually you have way more healing items than you need. It's a little different because of the way I'm playing right now. I'm wasting a lot of stuff, but typically you have so many souls that you could just buy extra grass whenever you need it. And about the halfway point of the game, you'll be able to buy the highest healing item, grass, for pretty cheap, and by the end of the game you'll pretty much be walking around with 99 of the best healing item at all times, just because. Yeah, don't you do that bell thing. I don't want that. Don't like that. I don't know, I'd have to see for myself. See y'all later. Bye, Funky. Thanks for coming out. Bye. Gotta go see what the food is. Yeah, like after this run through here, assuming I don't die and lose all my souls, I can go back to this this merchant in the first area and stock up on healing items, and then we'll be good for a while. Bloodborne's a little harder with that because the blood vials are a lot A lot harder to come by, and Bloodborne's a harder game overall. I don't have a problem with it because it's a horror game, and I feel it fits the aesthetic, but I know a lot of people, like, really hate the limited healing items in Bloodborne. Oh, you guys aren't the enemies I thought you were. Okay. I'm at least doing decent damage to these guys, so that helps. I just love how dark and moody this area is. This is one of my favorite areas in this game. Which is funny because I think it's most people's least favorite area. Because you it kind of all looks the same, but it's a prison, so I don't know. It makes sense.
Please help me.
Please help me. Ooh, there we go. Well, now I got the wizard set. He did. I believe that is Lord Rydell down there who is just going. Arrgh! One of my favorite vocal performances in any Souls game. I never had a problem with Bloodborne. I felt it was on the easy side except for Vicar Amelia for some reason. My first playthrough of Bloodborne, I gotta admit, was pretty rough. But I was a noob at the time. I had Bloodborne. I played Demon Souls first, but I'd never finished it, and I didn't understand it, so I honestly didn't think it was a very good game my first playthrough. I didn't think it was bad, but I just didn't see the appeal. I got into Dark Souls 1 and played through that, and then Bloodborne came out around that time. So Bloodborne was my third Souls game, and it was really difficult, my first playthrough. And I forgot where to go. Oh, I need to go over here. Duh. But yeah, subsequent playthroughs, I haven't had a problem with the blood vials thing personally. I kind of always thought that criticism of the game was way overblown, especially since, not that I condone like having to farm in a game, but they're so easy to farm. Like, enemies drop them so easily. Hopefully he doesn't do the bell thing here. Oh, yeah. Yep, he did the exact thing I didn't want him to do. Oh, man. As I may have said last week, this is simultaneously the easiest game in the series and the most brutal. Like, attacks like that, like, I had about, like, I don't know, 5 frames to react before he just did that attack again and killed me there. Balancing is something that they've definitely improved on in subsequent games. Just need to backstab everything. That's the name of the game. Yeah, there we go. We got a second key. The one playthrough of Bloodborne I remember having trouble with the blood vials was when I did a Chikage build, which the Chikage is like a katana, but it's transformed. It's transform form. It drains your health slowly, but gives you a lot more attack power. So you end up going through blood vials like crazy when you use that thing. So that was the one playthrough since my original playthrough of Bloodborne where I remember just being short on blood vials constantly. Pretty much any blood tinge build in that game is like that. But there's only a handful of blood tinge weapons other than the pistols and guns and stuff. So not that big of a deal. But yeah, I was farming blood vials constantly to get through that run. Very fun weapon, though. That's something that worries me, though. inevitably when they make hopefully a remaster of Bloodborne and not a remake, because you all know how I feel about remakes, or at least graphical remakes. But when they inevitably remaster or remake Bloodborne, I can almost guarantee you that they're going to make it so, like, blood vials recharge or something like that, just because that's such a common complaint about that game, and I fundamentally disagree with that, because it's a horror game at its core. You're supposed to have limited resources. You're supposed to be on the edge of your seat, and yeah, you have farming as an option to gain back healing items if you need them, but it's not a requirement if you're playing smart. There was just a gigantic bird that flew past my window. It was like, I think it was a hawk or something like that. I was just like, what the hell is that? Yeah, now I think I can go open up this first door here. There's kind of like a rhythm to this place. It's kind of like explore all the top level, find the key, go back to the beginning of the top level, open the thing, go to the next level, rinse and repeat. Yeah, I use the most simple weapon, the chainsaw cleaver, or the saw cleaver axe, but the katana seemed really cool. I need to replay and try other weapons. Oh yeah, you really can't go wrong with any weapon in Bloodborne. My first playthrough, I did the saw cleaver too. That's a perfect weapon for a first playthrough of that game. It's just so well balanced, and it's one of the starting weapons that you get to, and it's great right up until the end. But there's so many, like pretty much every weapon in Bloodborne is just a wildly different experience, and just leads to so much replayability. So even though there's fewer weapons and armor sets overall in that game, I feel like it has some of the best replayability just because of how viable everything is in that game. Bloodborne's a frickin' masterpiece. It's God, it's incredible how good that game is, even among the series that is, known for incredible games. I am back. I have my favorite pasta with a meatball, just one meatball. I'm glad you're back with your pasta and a meatball. Welcome back to the Spaghetti Tower, everyone. Or are you being fancy and having, like, spaghetti sauce on penne noodles or something like that? I used to do that. It's nice that I can hit these guys through the bars. Oh, it appears to be locked. It's because we must find another key. This is probably locked too. Sure is. I like how it says it appears to be locked, like you're not sure. I don't know what it is about this game, but I keep accidentally doing a shield bash when I'm trying to attack. It's like the dead zone on my thumbstick is set too low or something. Couldn't fit one into the bowl. Couldn't fit one more. Man, those must be some big meatballs, or you got some really small bowls, my friend. Oh, there's more guys in here than I thought there were. Let's just do this. Eat some grass. There we go. I made corned beef and biscuits the other day, and it was really good. Slow cooker corned beef. It was delicious. The audio design in this game is so wonderful. Should probably get my shield up. There's probably a dude in here somewhere. Probably a dude in this Iron Maiden. Yep. I think it's the amount of pasta. Oh, that's fair too. Aha, the assassin's set. Nice. I might actually put on some of that for Fashion Souls purposes. Ah, crap. Oh, crap. Nope, do not want. Stabbing. There we go. Fuck you. Stupid mind flayer biatch. Now I'm in a safe spot. Safe-ish. I should get me some coffee. I got some guitar accessories on Friday, huh? What'd you get? What the hell did I get this Friday? Or not Friday. I feel like I got something cool recently. But now I can't think of what it is. It's not been this week. Nope, totally drawing a blank. I feel like I just got something cool in the mail, but I can't think of what it was. Pretty sure that's death. Let's go back this way. I don't have a lot of accessories for my bass. I mostly just have, like, an amp, a couple basses, a capo, which I don't use, like, ever. Capo? I don't know how to pronounce that. I always pronounce it capo. I don't use picks or anything like that. I'm a finger player with the bass. Oh, I found the right key. Guys are a lot easier when you don't have weapons. Big surprise. I like this dude just dangling here. Doink. Is wow, rigor mortis is really set in. Dang. It's as stiff as a board. I was in need of a guitar stand and a guitar strap. Also bought Dunlop picks and a capo. Nice. I guess I do have a couple stands now, come to think of it. Now that you mention it. Ooh, I got the secret dagger. A weapon I have never used. I've never done like a bandit or a assassin build of this game. I've done a few magic builds. A lot of greatsword builds. I guess sword and board is my most common in this game. Sword and board. Which is kind of what we're doing now. Although, I haven't been using my shield. I should be two-handing. Also, when you two-hand with this weapon, you kind of like do this hunch, crouch, run thing. It's kind of weird. Was there a door over here? Oh, you know what? I bet it was that door up here that I got the key for, and I didn't even go into it. This place can be rather confusing, which I think is by design. Well, I want to buy a better amp because it sounds a bit too cheap. I had that same problem for so many years. I had like an Ibanez amp for the longest time, and it was okay. And then I had a PV amp. It was, at one point in time, it was a really good amp, but I bought, oh crap, I bought it secondhand, or my parents bought it secondhand for me, so it was, ow. Back up. So it was out of the best shape, and it crackled and popped a lot. I think it was partially blown out. I recently just got a Fender, well, recently as in like a couple of years ago, a Fender Rumble amp, bass amp. That thing's nice. I probably won't ever buy another amp again unless that takes a crap. With how infrequently I play, I probably will never need to buy another amp. That's a bad spot to be eating grass. Yep. Oh! Backstab. That's not a backstab. That is. Starting early? No, we have this wonderful thing called daylight savings time in America, Tanish. So yes, technically speaking, relative to you, I am starting early today. How are you doing this week, Tanish? Oh, sliding down my chair here. Yeah, it's good old daylight savings time in America. The best idea ever that everybody in America loves, but loves totally. It's great. Jimbo lost out on an hour of sleep tonight because of it. I always forget, like, that was nice of them to put some signs on the wall, be like, oh, you're on the East Block, 4th floor, in case you get lost or something. I don't think I have the key to... Oh, I do have the key to this. Ooh, hope she sells grass. You sell grass, lady?
You're an ordinary human, aren't you? Where do you call home?
I have a Fame starter amp from 2006, probably. I don't know if it was 2006, but it was late 2000s. Nice.
From my collection. I've had
Yeah,
days.
those are cheapos, aren't they?
And I have some nice things to show.
I've never heard of that brand. That sounds like a cheapo brand. You got to start somewhere, though. Ooh, got the full moon grass, but I can only buy like 2. I don't need that. Can you sell half moon grass? Damn. What else you got? Rapier. We're doing longsword run, but... Ooh, I wish I had 50,000 souls to put towards the Ring of Avarice right now. Jesus, that's expensive. That's like one of the most expensive items I've ever seen in a Souls game. I really want you to, like, not use that.
I wish to stay here, but I need souls.
I knew it felt like 7 a.m. Yep. Yeah, I woke up at 7 a.m. this morning and it was dark outside and I was very confused because for the last 2 weeks it's been light outside at 7 o'clock, and then I remembered, oh yeah, America, stupid, gotcha. I remember again. Ah, God. Can I go down there? Probably shouldn't risk it. The fall damage is different in every Souls game, so I never remember which game's which, and, like, if that was Elden Ring or Sekiro, I could survive that, no problem. Dark Souls 1, I'd probably take damage, but I would survive it. Dark Souls 2, not a chance in hell. Demon Souls, I don't remember. We'll give that a test if I need to. Well, the guitar strap I have is from Fame, and I also bought a ukulele from them, which isn't too bad, so I don't know what happened there. Some brands are like that, though. I don't know, there's just some brands that, like, some of their products are really good and other stuff of theirs is, like, really crappy quality or it's just not as good. Oh, seriously? There's a, I don't know if you guys have it in other parts of the world, but Makita is a brand of power tools that my dad and I really like and have been using for years. Their power tools are really good, but I have looked at, like, their hand tools before, like simple things like screwdrivers or drill bits or like ratchets and stuff like that. And they just seem to be so cheaply made, but they have, like, the premium Makita price tag on them as well. So then I end up buying the cheap brand, which is, like, you know, usually Craftsman or something like that. Just because the quality seems just the same or even better in some cases, in the case of, like, wrenches sometimes. But they're, like, half the price. So I don't know. I think it's one of those things that, like, Makita and other, you know, other premium companies know that, like, oh, people will, you know, they'll get suckered into some brand loyalty for our, you know, our action. Oh, that sucks. I don't think I have any way to heal that. Oh, crap. I'm also don't have... Heal. Oh, come on, eat it quick. Eat it quick. And I'm out of healing items. Great. And I'm dead. And he poisoned me again. Son of a bitch. Okay, I gotta get that bloodstain back and go buy some more grass. Jesus. This is ridiculous. But yeah, I think, yeah, premium companies like Makita or Apple or, you know, choose your premium brand right here. Like, their mainline products are really good, but that their accessories suck because they know that they're going to make the most money on their accessories anyway. So then they just don't care as much about them. And they're like, people will buy it for brand loyalty. And fuck that. I saw how somebody reviewed At Games pinball table, and he actually liked it, which was surprising since they usually just make trash. That is surprising, because every At Games thing I've ever seen and or purchased myself has been garbage, so I would be surprised. But I mean, if you put the At Games stuff in, you know, its proper price perspective, like the first At Games thing I bought was like a Sega Genesis with like 100 games built into it for like $20. Like, you know, and the quality sucked. It didn't have the best color representation or reproduction for the games. Some of the games had slowdown, which is really bizarre to see on, like, you know, such old games and stuff like that. But for $20, it wasn't the worst thing in the world. What's up, Eric? Premium is just a fancy buzzword for long grind for much money, but not really useful. Am I right, folks? A lot of times, yeah. Yep, absolutely. Oh, crap. Did he see me? He saw me. Backstab. Ooh, that was close. I was like one frame away from getting shockwaved. Yeah, and it's usually about marketing when it comes to premium stuff. Quality's a better word. Makita does make good stuff. I really like most of their tools, but not all of them. Some of their stuff is a little out there. Like, I bought this vacuum cleaner, like a cordless vacuum cleaner, like just like a hand vacuum cleaner from them. And it sucks, and not in the good way, like a vacuum cleaner should. It sucks in the bad way, like a vacuum cleaner shouldn't. It's good if you're, like, picking up, like, very fine sawdust, but pick up anything larger than, like, I don't know, a popcorn seed? No. What the frick? I always wondered if some people modified their At Games consoles for a better experience. I have also wondered this, and I believe I looked it up at one point in time, but that was like 10 years ago, so I don't know how common At Games stuff was back then. But I don't remember seeing anybody modding them, but oh, that's great. I couldn't see because the text was on screen. Nice. At least I got my shit back. Yeah. What Cthulhu doing in this game? Exactly. Ow! Cthulhu just sniped me from across the way. Jesus. I don't have any healing items. I gotta bounce. We're gonna go back. I gotta stock up on some healing stuff. Ugh. Has anyone played the RE4 demo? I have not. I typically don't play demos because I'm usually disappointed in the main game by the time I get around to playing that. I had that problem with Children of Silent Town just a couple months ago. I played the demo in October, not knowing it was a demo. It was one of those things where they said prologue, and to my mind, prologue is like, you know, like a starting point for a game, like not necessarily a demo, but apparently in modern terms, anytime someone sticks prologue on the end of a game title, it means demo. And my old man brain hasn't quite come to that conclusion yet, personally, so... Mr. Stranger Pale, hi there. How you doing? You said his name in vain triggered hardcore Christian. Oh, I said Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. You guys have never heard me say Jesus fucking Christ on stream? That's surprising. I say that all the time. Oh no, hardcore Christians. Sorry. I don't think many hardcore Christians watch my stream. They're welcome to. Everyone's welcome here, but it would surprise me. Let's see. I want to go to this one merchant who sells grass, half-moon grass. How's it been? It has been good. I am very happy with the video that I released this week, Romani's Mini Arcade for Girls Garden. It is one of my favorite videos I've done in recent years, or, well, recent year, I guess. Quite happy with it. Check it out if you haven't seen it. It's got puppets, and puppets are fun. I do believe there was an item in this room I missed last time we played. Should probably grab that. Ah, right. Four-directional rolling. I tried to roll to the side, but it didn't work. I was right. There is an item down here. I thought so. I was surprised how many good options there were, which is surprising since most Japanese games don't have great options compared to Western games. Like the PS4 version has motion aiming and subtitle options. I was so happy to see them. Still needs a few more options to be even more accessible. Yeah, it does kind of seem like Japan lags behind with the accessibility options in games. I think it's just a cultural thing, but it does seem like they're catching up. I mean, From Software is a good case too. As much as I love From Software, they don't have the best accessibility options. They don't really have any accessibility options, to be honest, for their stuff, which makes me a little sad. At least they have basics like being able to... Oh, you know what? There's also a bunch of other goodies over by the Blue Dragon I should go get. Yeah. But at least they have like basic options like being able to customize your controls and stuff like that. More than you can say for like a company like Nintendo. At best you'll be able to change the invert the camera in a Nintendo game. Ah, crap. I know, I'm out of healing items. We're trying to fix that. Getting past these doggos to get to the merchant, though, is going to be a pain. No streams on Sunday. Going to church? Oh, right! Oh, I forgot to go to church this morning. Damn it! Streaming is my church. What's my favorite 3D Mario game? Super Mario Odyssey. Hands down. I fucking love that game. It is so good. I don't know if I'd go so far as to say it's my favorite 3D platformer, but definitely just my favorite Mario game in general. I adore that game. Just Mario's movement is so good. The moons are such a better progression system than Power Stars or Shine Sprites. And I just love how open that game is and how there's just a wealth of options for the player to go about things in their own way that other Mario games don't really have. Okay, this is where I'm either going to succeed or die. Just take it slow. Nice and slow. Okay, that's one doggo. Charge my stamina. That was a shield or a sword bash. Okay, there's one more doggo. Odyssey is technically the best Mario game, to be honest. I would say so. I mean, I really like all the 3D Mario games, but I guess I'm not big on the Galaxy games, as I've said before. Oh god, there's 4 dogs down here? Come on. Ah, this game's freaking brutal. And I just realized as I died, well, at least my souls are halfway to the merchant. So, what the hell was I saying? Oh, I don't know, something about Mario games. Rabble Rabble don't like the Galaxy games. That's what I was saying. But yeah, Super Mario 64, great game. Sunshine, great game, except I hate blue coins. That was such a stupid idea they had. And I guess I'm not big on 3D World or 3D Land either. I haven't played 3D Land, but I didn't care for 3D World, so I never went back and played 3D Land. Oh, and I always forget about Bowser's Fury, that side game they made when they re-released 3D World. That's really good. I really love that game too. But Odyssey takes the cake for me. That said, Odyssey does have some bullshit in it. The Mushroom Kingdom world especially, I feel like they kind of dropped the ball on because it's just a bunch of rehashes of, not entirely, but most of the challenges of that are like rehashes of previous bosses, but they're harder, or they're, you know, previous puzzles or mini games, but they're harder and stuff like that. And my ear really itches. That's better. Okay, there we go. But yeah, I feel overall Mario Odyssey, fantastic game. Not a big fan of the darker side of the moon either, where you have to refight all of the bunny people. I forget what they're actually called. Yeah, button remapping is like the #1 thing that should be in every game, but most devs tend not to include it, Resident Evil 4 included. Yeah, that just seems like such a basic thing to have. Like, even, I wouldn't even go so far as to call that as an accessibility thing, although it absolutely is. But it's just like a standard thing that every game should have. Because, like, yeah, and I mean, I guess, yeah, really it is an accessibility thing, but it's also just like a comfort thing, too. Like, you know, being, like, some people are used to, like, a certain button for jump, and, like, you know, not being able to use that button to jump really takes some getting used to, and I don't like it. That said, a lot of times, see, that's the secret with the dogs. There's 5 dogs down here. Jesus Christ. Oh, I picked up my, I'm like, where's my bloodstain? I picked it up already. Okay. Are you the merchant? You're not the merchant. Oh, did the merchant move? Oh, crap. Oh, no, he's farther up ahead. I forgot how long this area is. But yeah, a good example of that would be, I'm playing Atomic Heart right now, and I tried, because it's a, you know, a first-person game, ostensibly a first-person shooter, although it's closer to like an immersive sim like Deus Ex or something like that, but there is first-person shooting in it. So I tried to play it with a keyboard and mouse, just for aiming purposes, but the game relies so heavily on its dodge mechanic, which, and you have a very small window of time to dodge, and the dodge button by default is left shift, so you have to kind of like hit it with your pinky. And I could not, for the life of me, hit left shift fast enough with my pinky to, late moon grass is what I probably want. Oh, yeah, I'll get a bunch of half moon grass. I'll get 10. Ooh, that's gonna get us real far. Okay.
Thanks for that.
Thanks for that. Okay. Well, at least we have some healing items now. Jeez. Get my inventory all situated here now. There we go, that's a lot better. But yeah, so, and long story short, I ended up having to play with a controller, gasp, for a first-person shooter because I can't dodge. I'd rather, like, take the hit on not being able to aim as accurately and actually be able to dodge reliably. I tried remapping the buttons to have left shift somewhere else, but I just couldn't find a good key that didn't mess up something else. So I see why they put it on left shift, but I think they should have toned down the, or given you a larger window of time to dodge in order to compensate for it. But then again, they probably designed it around a controller, because now that I'm using a controller, dodging is so easy that I never get hit. So it's kind of like the opposite problem with the controller. Let's just grab this item here. All right, and I think I'm gonna find where that blue dragon was at, because I'm pretty sure there's some good gear over there. Although probably don't want to go this way. I think I die if I go that way. I don't have shit for souls, so fuck it. Let's do it. Oh yeah, we're gonna make it. I mean, I got hit by the dragon's foot, but I still made it. Hey, that's the oh, wait. Oh, it's one of the best collectathon. Yes, absolutely. That's not the only thing in Japan's lagging behind. Check the animation of Sonic games for more info. B, could we cover negative Mario Odyssey videos? All you gotta type in is X is bad anyway. Oh, yeah, that's... Yeah, I don't really... I haven't really watched... I don't watch a lot of, like, other people's critiques, mostly because I don't like, as I've said before, I try not to have other people's opinions influence my own criticism. The one exception is if it's a game I've already, like, you know, I've played a million times and I already have a really set opinion on, and I don't think it's, you know, likely to change for any reason. Or if it's a game that I've already, like, done a full critique on or something like that, which I haven't done on Mario Odyssey. And I kind of feel like that's another reason I really like that game, is because I played it, like, all the way through 3 times now, and I still feel like I'm learning new stuff about it, which to me is indicative of I'm not ready to review that game or critique it because I don't know it well enough yet. So yeah, that's why. But I've definitely heard a lot of people say they don't like that game, and I don't really know why. I don't know. I think it's a lot of fun personally, but yeah. I like Soup. I like Soup Galaxy and Soup 3D or Soup Galaxy 2 and Soup 3D World the most because I love linear levels a bit more. That's fair, and I don't like linear level design as much. So yeah, I mean that's a completely fair point. Like that's the same reason that I'm not big on 2D Mario games, because I'm not as big on like linear platformers as I am on, you know, something with branching paths like Sonic 3 or Metroidvanias. Not that linear level design is necessarily bad. It's just not something I tend to gravitate towards unless it's like really well done. Mario Galaxy is also amazing. It's like a blend between course clear and open world game. Yeah. Both linear and open world styles are great in their own ways, and that's why Galaxy is my favorite, because it's like a blend between the two styles. I agree. Not my cup of tea, but I've never been able to get into Galaxy 2, but I always hear people say that that's the better of the two. Correct me if I'm wrong, or is that like a controversial thing too? It seems like more people tend to prefer the sequel, but I never got into that one. I did play through Mario Galaxy 1 a couple times, and I did like it at the time. It's just in recent years it hasn't really appealed to me. Sean! Just keep stabbing, just keep stabbing. Oh, dang. He just blocked the shit out of that. Yeah, the only problem with coming back this way is I'm not getting shit for souls, so I'm not really, like, leveling up or anything like that. Hey, what's up, Live Coil? How you doing? Do you think the Mario movie sequel will take inspiration from Odyssey, since Mario probably not going to have Cappy so early in it at all? Yeah, probably not. I don't know. I'm surprised at how many like Mario references they've stuck into just the trailers for the Mario movie. Like the last one they released was like, oh, now it's Mario Kart, and then we had like Smash Brothers like stuff earlier in the in the previous trailer, and I don't know. It just kind of seems like the movie's all over the place. I do gotta say, the most recent trailer made me a little more interested in the Mario movie. I'll admit, it seemed a little more I don't know. It seemed really fan servicey, but it kind of also made me a little more endearing to me. Like the, I don't know, like the creators of the movie were just trying to, you know, pull out all the stops and just have fun with it. Like, I didn't get that sense in the previous trailers. It felt very corporate to me, whereas this last one made it seem a lot more fun. And I hope that's the case, so I might actually go see it this time. Or I might actually go see it now, but wasn't planning on it before. But yeah, I will be surprised if they have Cappy in the Mario Brothers movie. Oh, man. Talk about night and day difference. I could just tank hits all day in this level. Holy crap. Doop, 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 doop. Ow. Ow. I need to get a better shield, too. I just realized this doesn't fully protect me. Talking about Mario, I think it's funny how people act like you're either a Mario fan or a Sonic fan, but you apparently can't be both. That's true. Real talk, though. For the most part, Mario games are better. Sorry, I grew up with Sonic, but Mario's games are better overall. I don't think that's too much of a controversial opinion. This bridge sucks without the dragon. There are way too many enemies here. What the fuck, From Software? Calling your bluff here. Jesus. At least they're all facing away from me. I don't know if I've ever gone backwards on this bridge before. This is ridiculous, how many enemies there are. It's supposed to be a design choice that came on before Miyazaki joined the team. I'm blaming this on everybody else at From Software. But yeah, as I was gonna say, Mario's games are better. I like Sonic's characters better. Mario characters are kind of boring to me. Sonic's characters are a lot more, I don't know, their designs are a lot more interesting. I'm not even a furry. Imagine if I was a furry. Whoop. Ow. Ow. No, come on. Fucking keep staggering me. I should have went this way the first time we came through here, but I didn't. I'm more of a Mario fan because it's more consistently enjoyable than the Sonic series. Yes. The Sonic games in terms of story and characters and how much variety of genres of the franchise is more interesting than Mario. Yeah, it does seem like there's a little more experimentation in the Sonic games, for better or for worse. I need to... Can I lure that dragon away? I think I need to lure him over here and then run back real quick. I don't remember. I don't remember what. I want to say there's like a ring over there that I want that increases damage output or something. Something awesome's over there, but I don't remember what it is. I don't think there's a way to get the dragon to come back, though, so I might have screwed myself. Old habits die hard, but I think that if the... What the frick? Ivale is reignited, then maybe it forced both franchises to be better. I recently saw Pariah's video comparing Sonic Unleashed and Mario Odyssey. That's a strange comparison, in my opinion. Didn't like Odyssey. The amount of moons with so many of them being so easy to get kind of devalued the harder moons. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I definitely agree with that. It doesn't bother me, but I definitely agree that the harder moons to get don't really seem worth it. I guess I'm gonna die here if I go up there. Might have to cheese the dragon. That would take forever. I don't want to do that on stream. Oh, there's 2 items here. Nice. Ooh, I'll take that grass. We need some grass. All this talk about replaying and working all this time made me want to replay so many older games. Good. Replaying is great. That's the mark of a great game, in my opinion, is its amount of replayability. I'm never gonna get these items. Now with Dingus up there. Damn it. Or am I? I don't have shit for souls, so let's find out. If I hug this wall, will I be fine? Let's find out. Probably not. Can I at least get this thing that's over here? I want to say it's this one. Ah, never mind, I'm dead. Okay. Ah, Demon Souls, so brutal. I love you. Sitting down, ground pounding, a shiny bump, and a moon coming out. Really a challenge late in the game? It's a challenge if you're trying to complete the game, I suppose. But yeah, you're right. There are definitely a few moons, more than a few moons, in Mario Odyssey that just just come out of nowhere, I guess, or there's not really. They just stuck them in wherever. I've given Odyssey plenty of chances, but I just can't get into it. Super Mario 64 all the way, but I want to play Galaxy 1 and 2 again. My sister has my Wii, though. Erg. Yeah, I really need to give Galaxy another shot now that I have the stupid Super Mario 3D All-Stars collection. And I say it's stupid because Nintendo'd that up. Well, I pretty much proved that I'm not going to get past that dragon unless I cheese it with bow and arrow, which will take like 20 minutes, so I'm not going to do that. So let's go back to the Tower Latria now that I have healing items finally. And actually make some progress in this run, which I haven't done yet. Jeez, we're an hour into the stream and I haven't really done anything, it feels like. Except hang out with you lovely folks. Hi, how you all doing today? Ever seen its negative criticism? Oh, Mario Odyssey. It's interesting to know the other side of the moon. Ah, nice. Of course, Mario games are consistently better, but I'm not going to lie if I say that this has more so something to do with the fact that on how much time and resources the developers get. Yes. There are two Nintendo franchises that Nintendo takes their time with, and that's Mario and Zelda. And you're absolutely right that the amount of resources, the budget, the developer time, and the fact that they don't rush them out the door and they don't try to meet arbitrary deadlines with those two franchises. Even if I don't end up liking the game, I can always appreciate the attention to detail and the level of quality of them. So even Galaxy games that I don't like, personally, I appreciate them for what they are because Nintendo didn't just shit them out the door like so many Sonic games have been over the years. So you're absolutely right that a lot of that just has to do with the, I guess, corporate politics between the two companies. Sega just, it's, yeah, get out the door as fast as possible and then move on to the next thing is Sega's mantra, and it kind of always has been. And Nintendo, for the most part, takes their time with stuff. At least for their first-party developers. They're notoriously awful with their second-party developers, though. That's why every Pokemon game in the last, like, 3 generations has been pretty rough around the edges, because... And people always blame Game Freak for it, which I'm not saying they're innocent in, you know, why Sword and Shield was, you know, kind of a cluster, and why, Scarlet and Violet was... you know, an unfinished train wreck, you know, but it's mostly Nintendo's fault for rushing them and forcing them to meet the arbitrary, there must be a new Pokemon game every 3 years because that's what we mandate. Because the Pokemon cycle dictates it. Oh, crap. Oh, crap, I'm probably gonna die here. Get up, kill him. Eliminate the threat. I'm dead. Mario's better than Sonic, more consistent quality in the games, and better world. Sonic doesn't make for conducive level building. You sacrifice texture quality and world size with the fast speed. That is true. Mario games don't have a easy mode. The easy mode is the moons, but even some of the easy moons are taking it too easy, and there are a lot of easy moons. Yeah, but I think there's something to be said for the scavenger hunt aspect of it. I think it's a nice mix, personally. And feel free to disagree with me on this, but I like the way that Super Mario Odyssey has a wide variety of challenges, let's call them, for their moons. Like, some you just find. You know, they're just there. Others you have to really work for, like fight a boss or something like that. Or do, like, you know, a puzzle, like that thing where you have to, like, trace the shape on the ground in the sand or something as the dotted line slowly disappears or something like that. I think there's a wide spectrum of challenge for the moons in Super Mario Odyssey, which I personally find enjoyable because, like I said, I think there's something to be said for the scavenger hunt aspect of going like, oh, there's a moon on that roof. Yeah, it's going to take me like 5 seconds to get up there, but, you know, it's a nice little micro puzzle to get up there. Just some little thing to do in the world while I'm looking for something more challenging to do. Don't get hit by the shockwave. Don't get hit by the shockwave. Damn it. I got hit by the shockwave. Damn it. Sonic is style over substance. It's cool going through loop-de-loops, but you don't really control it while you do it, do you? Only in the good Sonic games, which there's like, what, 4? I made a little harsh there, but Sonic 3, and Knuckles, and Mania, and Sonic 1, arguably. I just realized if I do a strong attack, I could stagger those guys. That changes everything. Oh, we picked up the Old Spice. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Sorry, I can't whistle, or I would have whistled that. I just died. There's a hole there. Well, that answers that question. Can I go down here? Yes, I can. Am I gonna die? Probably. So freaking dark, I just ran down that hole. Ugh. What are you gonna do? Yeah, now come at me, bro. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. No, don't do the freaking thing. Ah, you're supposed to stagger. Yeah, see, that's what I was talking about there. I literally can't get up fast enough. So brutal. But we got like all the micro discussions going on in the chat here. Dag. Catching up. I sum up my opinion quick, so I think it's odd to compare because of different circumstances companies get, but I also don't deny it. However, it's mostly blown out of proportion when people say that the Sonic franchise is bad. It depends on what your definition of bad is. I call most of the Sonic franchise bad because I feel most games are mediocre. They're just okay. And in my mind, after my many years of game criticism, quote unquote, I don't think there's anything worse than, there's nothing worse than a mediocre game. I'd rather have a bad game any day. Sonic 06 to me is a much more valuable game than Sonic Unleashed. I think Sonic Unleashed it's got its okay moments, but overall, taken as a whole package, not, you know, picking and choosing what's good and what's bad, but taking the game as a whole piece of art and not separating the good from the bad, I feel it's a mediocre game. I call it worse than Sonic 06, only because it's less valuable in terms of the medium of video games. On a technical level, is it a better game? Yes. Would I rather play Unleashed than Sonic 06? Absolutely. But it's less valuable for video games as a artistic medium because bad works of art are just as important as good works of art, but mediocre works of art have no impact whatsoever. And that's why it's bad. And I feel like... And that's what that stupid shockwave. And I got stuck on geometry there, and now I'm dead. Oh my god. Am I gonna get out of this? No. Holy shit, I got out of it. God. I see why people like have a hard time getting into this game, because even though I've played this a million times, it's been a while, so I am rusty as fuck. And it shows. Oh my god. So unforgiving. But that's just me when it comes to like the mediocre thing. So what I'm saying, like most of the Sonic franchise is bad. Not as a whole. As I've said before, the characters are great. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is a genuine masterpiece. And there's plenty of other great Sonic games too. Like, you know, Sonic 1, 2. I like Sonic 3D Blast. I always liked that game. Sonic Advance games are pretty good. Sonic Rush is pretty good. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 are, for their time, genuinely great. Haven't aged the best, admittedly, but for their time, quite good. But yeah. So that... I guess anytime you hear me say the words something's bad, equate it with mediocre, because that's what I'm talking about. It's a different, I don't know. It is a different take on a concept of badness, because I don't believe there's a such thing as objectivity. It's all subjective at the end of the day, and my personal interpretation of bad is mediocre, having no effect, giving somebody no reaction whatsoever. All right, I think I'm safe enough here to catch up with the chat, because I probably just lit it on fire with those statements, but yes. Let's see. Did you make the puppet in the latest video yourself? If so, how? Do you have a background in puppetry of any sort? Thoughts on the original Pinocchio Disney movie from the 30s? Okay, did I make the puppet from the latest video myself? Yes, I did. Romani, the main puppet, is my creation. I bought a little hand puppet that was like a dog with the purple ears on, but I have modified it so much that about 90% of it is my own creation. I've added the hat, the glasses, the eyeballs. I actually had to modify the original puppet that I was using as a base as a way to... I had to like cut the cloth in some spots and actually like extend it out so it would properly fit my hand. I added the arms, I made the jacket for it, stuff like that. Yeah, and I'm really happy with how Romani looks. It's a lot better than my first video that I did, the pilot episode for Romani's Mini Arcade that I released last fall, which was good, but there was a lot of things wrong with it, and I corrected a lot of them, I feel, for this video. So yes, I did make that puppet myself. I did not make the little girl puppet or the bear puppet. Those were I just bought off of Amazon, because they're not staples. So I didn't take the time to make those. The stick puppets, I all made those. I did all the Photoshop work for that. But yeah, if so, how? Sewing machine, sewing, pattern making. Stuff like that. Do I have a background in puppetry? No. that first Romani video I made on Pong was the first time I ever did puppetry. And the second one is the second time I've heard. Well, I guess third time, because Nolan North America in my Adventures in Game Criticism video on Super Mario Bros. 2. That was the first time I did puppetry, come to think of it. Which I also made that puppet too, so... Yeah. So yeah, nope. I am an autodidact. I am self-taught in all things. I just have an insatiable curiosity and a probably pathological need to better myself and do everything myself. So that is probably death. Let's not fall down that hole. So yeah, I got to know my sewing machine pretty well. I've known how to sew for years. I used to mend my own clothes and stuff like that. And I've had a sewing machine for a few years now, but I've only used it a couple times. But yeah, excuse me, making this Romani puppet. Ooh, we got the floor one. We're actually making progress. Oh, I forgot. I always forget how big this freaking level is. Yeah. What are my thoughts on the 1930? Is that movie really that old? That's from the 30s? What? Is that movie really that old? You're talking about like the animated classic, right? Of Pinocchio. I liked it as a kid. I don't care for it now. I appreciate the animation on it though, but it's not a very fun watch. Granted, I haven't probably seen it in 20 years to be honest, but yeah, never really the story of Pinocchio never really grabbed me. I always thought it was kind of silly, personally. That said, I do really want to see that Guillermo del Toro stop motion Pinocchio. Oh, damn it! Stupid frickin' God. Fucking mind flayers, man. They will fuck you up. I saw Demon Turf. We're gonna get down to that. I just bought that game. Don't mind me. I'm gonna test what words I can say in YouTube, so don't mind the few random words you see in chat. Wang. Oh, now I gotta read them all out, Janish. We got butt. Yes, please do. We need to know what our limitations are here. Why 3D platformers are starting to die again and not getting attention, because in 2017 the genre has returned very strongly. Yeah, it does kind of seem like they are dying down a little bit again. Not so much in the indie space though. Definitely in the AAA and AA markets. But the indie scene, like, yeah, like that's probably why Lifecoil brought up Demon Turf, because they've all been indie games. Yep, with spotty reputations. Yes. Ukulele sucks, Hat in Time is great, and no one's heard of Demon Turf. I've heard of Demon Turf. I just bought it the other day because it was on sale. I haven't played it yet. Looks very good. I got another 3D platformer that's a good one that no one's heard of. Here Comes Nico. Very great game. Very laid-back 3D platformer, kind of in the same vein as Demon Turf, but a lot more laid-back and cartoony and cutesy, even though Demon Turf is already pretty cartoony and cutesy. Hello, Lord Rydell. Okay, now we need to go back this way. Yes, Demon Turf looks so freaking good. I'm probably going to play that after I finish Atomic Heart. Which also, if you're just joining the chat, Atomic Heart's great. This took me a while to get into it, but I quite like that game. If you like games like Bioshock or Prey 2017. 2017? Yeah, 2017. Prey 2017, not the 2006 one. Or like Thief or Deus Ex. You'll love Atomic Heart. It's great. What else we got on the chat? Maybe one of the good recent 3D platformers in the 2020s is Crash 4 and Psychonauts 2. Oh man, I really need to play Psychonauts 2. I've had it in my Steam library for like 6 months now, and I just have not gotten around to playing it yet. Not this way. Now I'm getting lost. I need to go this way. I kind of like how the running around this prison looking for keys kind of like is a natural way to give the player shortcuts, because now I think I just picked up 2 keys that open up a couple doors over by the start of the level. which is how you progress through the level. I'm getting sniped at from the back. Oh, 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 crap. Please keep staggering. There we go. Okay. Let's go back this way. Let's, doop-de-doop. Stab him. Gay. You could say gay? I mean, I suppose that's... Yeah, you know, I guess gay is a word that's, like, context sensitive if it's a bad word or not, isn't it? It's like, I'm gay. Not a bad thing to say. You're gay. That's a bad thing to say, unless they're actually gay, and you'll be like, hey, you're gay, man. That's cool. That's a good thing to say. Context. I'm surprised, though. I suppose YouTube would probably get a lot of flack if they banned the word gay. Because there's such a, you know, strong LGBT presence online. They'd probably be like, what the hell? I can't even tell someone I'm gay online, you fucks. That's fair, I guess. I mostly see also fun stuff in mediocrity sometimes for some reason. Hear me out. Sonic Colors is a game, as a game is mid, but S ranking the stages is fun for some reason. I don't know if... I actually kind of liked Sonic Colors. It's not great, but... Yeah, I only played it once, though, but I could see how, like, on a subsequent playthrough, I would probably also call it mid. I hated the Wisps. The Wisps were such a stupid idea, but the Sonic levels, like... or are they all Sonic levels? I guess they are all Sonic levels in that game, aren't they? It wasn't too bad. I think it was fine for a playthrough. But, yeah. Still not great. But yeah, I could see how, like, you know, mastering that would be fun. But I think that you're getting your enjoyment from something different, though. Because I think if you're... I've never really thought about this before. I kind of put that in the same camp as, like, speedrunning. Like, most games aren't designed for speedrunning, but people do it anyway because they get enjoyment out of it, but it's kind of self-directed. So I think in that regard, any game, any mediocre game, any bad game, in my opinion, could be fun. Oh, hey, there's a blood stain over here I should probably grab. Could be fun if you were, you know, doing anything, or like making your own self-imposed challenges or something like that. Yeah, not saying you're saying that this makes up for the game or anything. You're clearly not, but it seems like that's a different thing when we're talking about, like, the quality of a game, or if it's, you know, good or not, or what its value is. Fundamentally, that's what the conclusion I've come to in recent years is I don't really care if a game's good or bad, because I feel like that's such a subjective thing. What I'm interested in is how valuable is the game, which is still subjective, but I feel like it's less subjective than, you know, where do I go? I forgot where I'm going. I need to get back to the start of the level, I think, which is where the door is, but I'm completely lost. This way? I think it's this way. So yeah, value is still subjective, but I think that by refocusing our game critic eye, let's say, our game criticism-ness onto the value of a game, it allows you to appreciate a game that you don't like. So, like, good example, you know, I don't like the Resident Evil games, but I can tell which ones are valuable and which ones are not just by my limited experience with them. You know, Resident Evil 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, I would say, very valuable games, especially Resident Evil 4. I found Resident Evil 7. I haven't played 5 or 6. They look pretty mediocre. This is not the way I need to go. I need to go back this way. I hope you guys come here for the discussions and not the gameplay, because I've just been running around the same corridors for like a half hour. Yeah. But I found Resident Evil 7 to be pretty mediocre. I haven't played Village. That looks better. So even in a series that I don't particularly like, I can see quality. I can see value, you know, and in those games. But then when I see, like, you know, people say, like, you know, I'm going to hit the lowest hanging fruit here, and I'm probably going to piss you all off, I know, because I'm going to criticize Call of Duty. Oh, I know. I don't think we have many Call of Duty fans on the stream, but when somebody tells me, like, oh, Call of Duty game is really good, I'm just like, it's functional, but what is its value to the game industry? Because it's not really bringing anything to the table that the previous 12 Call of Duty games haven't already brought to the table. And I don't know, that's hard to explain. I am so fucking lost because I've been focusing on what I'm saying. Let's just take a little breather here, finish my decaf cold brew, and catch up with the chat. Sadly, right now, Gears for Breakfast, A Hat in Time, and Playtonic Ukulele Studio do not release much. Gears for Breakfast is actually helping on Here Comes Nico. Yeah, they published that. Gears for Breakfast and Playtonic. There's a Mind Flayer right there. That scared the shit out of me. What the fuck? Where did you come from? Backing up, backing up, backing up. I'm dead. Ah, crap. Oh, God. Thought I was safe. Not safe. Backing up, backing up. Okay. He's gonna do the thing. Yep. He's gonna run towards me. There we go. Jesus Christ, that was the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in this game. God. Can you see I'm trying to connect with my people here? Holy crap. Okay. What's it here? Am I gonna be safe in this cell? Oh my God. I'm so on edge now after that. Anyway. What was I even saying? What the fuck? All right. Gears for Breakfast and Playtonic have both published a lot of indie games and supported them. So you know, as much as I disliked Ukulele, I am very happy that Playtonic is using the money they made from that to help indie developers, because that's a very commendable thing to do. I've almost had a freaking heart attack from that Mind Flayer. Jesus Christ. Wouldn't it be cool if Noah and Nitro Rad collaborate? That would be cool. I don't know if it's still on YouTube, but somebody made a YouTube poop of me and Nitro Rad and edited like clips from our videos together as if we were doing a collaboration once. I forget what it's called, but it was very funny. It was basically James and Brady like opened like a rift in time or something like that and broke into my house, and then somebody took like clips of me from my Christmas video where I have a shotgun and edited it so like I was hunting James and Brady. It was really funny. I don't remember what it was called though, but I laughed so hard when that came out. Yeah, YouTube is very weird about their censorship. Exactly. For what my opinion is worth as a bi person, I don't care if someone says something is gay pejoratively because people did it for decades. It's a word with many definitions. Context and intent are everything. Absolutely. Not really gay, but as I've said, I am in a relationship with another man, a non-sexual, non-romantic relationship, but a serious relationship nonetheless. I'm gay tangential. Homosocial, I guess is the term. So there's that. Okay. I'm back at the start. I think I have the key to go down. This doesn't go down. Son of a bitch. Oh, God. I'm so lost. How many souls do I need to level up? Doesn't say in this game, does it? No, it doesn't. Shit. Alright, well, since I'm at the start, I'm going to go back to the Nexus and see if I can level up. I think I might be able to. Yeah, the word gay, like, when I hear it, that's the first thing that pops in my head, just because I grew up in that generation where, you know, calling something gay, whether you were trying to be, whether it actually was gay or not, was, you know, it was just commonplace. Like, it was so common in TV and movies, and I said it as a kid, like, you know, we used it as a, like, a word for stupid. Like, oh, that's stupid. Oh, that's gay. Damn. So, even now, like, I'm out of the habit of saying that, but even now, sometimes it pops into my head, and I think it. Like, oh, that's gay. So, I totally understand, like, you know, something that we're just going to have to... where's the maiden in black? There she is. Something as a society we've definitely are growing out of. So far, penis, sex, and ass are a no-no. You can't even say ass. Or sex doesn't make any sense, because that could be used in a biological sense. But and penis, and ass. Fucking YouTube Puritans, Jesus. If I'm being honest, my one boyfriend and I use the F slur, but I bet that's not allowed in YouTube chat. But only refer to people like Andrew Tate and Fresh and Fit. I don't know who Fresh and Fit is. You know any misogynist red pill type like that, so just sort of taking back the word. Hell yeah. That's the way to do it. I'm getting enjoyment from replaying so many things. I'm getting somehow the kicks out of replaying levels. Nice. Gotta go. Fast. My body not gonna wash itself. Oh, well, have fun, Eric. Enjoy it. I come here for the discussions. Heck, at this point, I wouldn't mind if you dedicated the last hour of every stream to just having good discussions with chat about whatever, lol. I have considered it. We almost did that last week when my Steam Deck died. I remembered to plug it in this week, though. Okay, I can level up a little bit. Let's get some more health, I think. I'm pretty good on strength for now. I should go to the, should go to Shrine of Storms, run past everything, and get patches to come to the Nexus, so we have a merchant that sells grass, like, right here. I might do that in a little bit. Let's see if I can get through the first part of Tower of Latria, at least. Well, good. I'm glad you're here for the discussions. Call of Duty, like the movie Wreck-It Ralph said it, it's a big duty. God is the most uninteresting franchise I've ever seen. Morning, Noah. How are you? Hi, Aiden. How you doing this week? Thanks for coming out. I'm doing good. How you going? I think my dyslexia changed going into doing. How you going? I'm going good. I'm having fun playing Demon Souls, but I'm also incredibly lost in the Tower of Latria because it's been like 4 years since I played this game and I don't remember where I'm going or what I'm doing, but it's great. Yeah. You know, I think there's... Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, I tried to roll under that. It didn't work. Dang. Why was Patrick crying in the background of the dungeon? I don't know. Like Patrick Star? I mean, wouldn't you be crying if you were in this place?
Help me.
Oh, I hear it now. He does kind of sound like Patrick. No, it's Patrick! I'm testing YouTube censorship, Aiden. Don't mind me and the random words I send. Oh, that's gay. Could be something out of a South Park episode. Probably still is something out of a South Park episode. I sometimes say that's gay. I'm bi, question mark. Still unsure myself. Well, yeah, you got the rest of your life to figure it out. Eh. It's weird. Sometimes if you attack them, they stagger. Other times they don't. It has something to do with like their attack animation. Sells grass. Which grass are we talking about? Oh, we're talking about that tasty grass. Just wait until I get to a person that sells sticky white stuff later. We'll all be dying laughing. Actually, I think that there's a guy in this level that sells sticky white stuff. Which is a good item to have in this game. I'm okay, just woke up. It's 6:40 a.m. in Brisbane. Did I pronounce Brisbane? Brisbane? Is it Brisbane? I don't know. I never know how to pronounce Australian towns. Oh, excuse me. Is there a hole there? There's a dude here. I'm gonna get. I was just gonna say I'm gonna get sniped at. There we go. Are you going legit exactly what you would hear in German? Going equals gehen? Ah. I watch enough Australian YouTubers to know what how you going means. So. I suppose it makes just as much sense as how are you doing, because which is like the American phrase, probably British phrase too, because that doesn't really make sense either when you think about it. Is mayonnaise an instrument? Still one of the best quote ever from SpongeBob. Horseradish is not an instrument either. Brisbane. We're not talking about the home of the Batman villain. Brisbane? Oh, Bane. Ah, yes. The Bat. Brisbane. Ah, alright. Alright. Can I... Damn it, I am so freaking lost. This is why I love Demon Souls, because regardless of how many times I play it, I never remember where to go. It's like a new experience every time. Probably need to... Alright, I have a hypothesis. Is there a door over here? No, there's not a door over here. Leader. There's a 16-year-old boy in Canada who got arrested for saying that there's only two genders, male and female. Oof. Okay. I can definitely get on board with the idea of gender and sex being two different things. I'm okay with that. If you want to say, like, you know, gender is different from biological sex, I'm fine with that. Whatever. But we have this thing called biology, and it sucks. And I know this is a political issue, and I probably shouldn't be saying this on the internet, but it's kind of a reality of the situation. There are male and female creatures. We can argue all day about whether men and the terms man and woman are, you know, could be applied to anybody. I think you could very much say, you know, a trans person, a trans woman is a woman, but they're still biologically male at the end of the day. And I feel a little more comfortable saying this because I had gender dysphoria as a kid, and I only grew out of it in recent years. I wanted to be a girl when I was younger, desperately. Never talked about it, never really told many people about it, but yeah, I wish I was born a girl as a kid, and for a while I thought I was trans. Now I don't feel that way because not to say I grew out of it, but I think testosterone has a lot to do with it, because I was very unhealthy and my testosterone levels were very low, like sickly low at one point in time, and I think that was manifesting as, manifesting as not feeling like I was the sex that I was born. But now that I'm healthier and much stronger, and my testosterone is at a normal level for a male my age, I don't feel that way anymore. So I don't like that idea of separating. I don't like that idea of pretending that biological sex doesn't exist just for that reason, because it casts a lot of, I don't know, it cuts off a lot of avenues for becoming comfortable with oneself. You know, if I had grew up in this time, this day and age when, you know, it's so common for, like, you know, oh, my 10-year-old son wishes he was a girl, you know, they must be trans. You know, then nowadays it's common for doctors to say, like, well, let's put them on puberty blockers or, you know, something like that. And I'm not saying that that's, you know, a wrong thing to do in every situation, but I think denying the fact that diet and nutrition and, you know, hormones have a lot to do with how you feel inside, and, you know, after correcting that stuff and getting them to normal, healthy levels, if you still feel like you're trans, then you're probably trans. But I don't know. It's a slippery slope regardless, and nobody's happy with it. But I think we could all agree, at least I hope so, everybody on my chat. I think everyone here is reasonable enough to say that getting arrested for saying that there are two genders is pretty stupid. Whether you agree with that statement or not, I feel like that's a pretty extreme reaction to take. That's ridiculous. I don't think I've ever talked about my gender dysphoria or dysmorphia. I forget what that word actually is. It's dysphoria or dysmorphia. I don't think I ever talked about that on stream before. I haven't really felt comfortable talking about that until, like, the last couple of years, so probably not. I see humans of all groups as equal as myself. Yes. What do you think? Is it really a crime to share your opinion? No. I mean, unless you're... I mean, I'm hardcore with the free speech thing. Unless you're, like, threatening somebody, you shouldn't be arrested for anything you say. That's just the stupidest thing ever. That doesn't mean you're free from consequences. I don't think that you can, you know... It appears to be locked. It sure appears to be. I might have to go to a different level because we're not making any progress at all. Oh my god. Just been running around here. Okay. I bet I missed the staircase here. I bet this is where I need to go. Yes! Oh my god, I found it finally! Ah! Dang. For us Aussies, a certain female body part used to be used as a compliment or an insult, depending on what you would say before. Ah, yes, I know what you're talking about. Like, I don't think I should say the C word, but yes. Canada doesn't have free speech. Yeah, that's stupid. Sorry, Canada. I love you. What is that noise? Oh, God. It's incredible how terrifying this frickin' level is after all these years. Jesus. That's horrifying. I don't like it. Oh my god, are you gonna play Hogwarts Legacy after this? I think Twitter did not hear you. Yeah, I gotta support Joanne in her you know, her transphobic slurs all the time. Oh, that did like no damage. Let's just not. Please don't. Oh, man. Hi, Slimy Cat Maker. How you doing? As South Park said, either all of it is okay or none of it. Yeah? I mean, I do tend to agree with that. Yeah, same thing with, you know, what's her name? I always call her Joanne. J.K. Rowling. She's free to say whatever the hell she wants on Twitter. Doesn't mean I have to support it financially. you know, not really sure how much money she'd actually make off of Hogwarts Legacy, but, you know, she probably does make a substantial amount.
Help me.
Silver bracelets. Huzzah. The fluted helmet. Thank you for bravely saying all of this. I don't know how brave it is, but you're welcome. You're absolutely spot on with diet and hormones. I think especially the former. Yeah, I mean... Oh no, I forgot about the frickin' over encumbrance in this game. I forgot to go to Mr. Stockpile Thomas. Oh no. There's like a really awesome shield right here too. Let's do I have something I can drop that I don't care about? Yeah, I think I don't know, it makes me sad that like that's not like a default thing, you know, because it's so politicized when, you know, people say they don't feel right on the inside. So the first thing we need to do is assume that there's like some, you know, attach some label to them when, you know, it could just be a phase. There's plenty of people that have untransitioned, you know, and had I grown up in this day and age instead of, you know, the 90s when I did, I probably would have transitioned. I don't know if I would have had surgery, but I probably would have, you know, started asking people to call, like, you know, dress as a girl. And because it's so widely accepted now, I probably would have dressed as a girl. I probably would have had asked people to, you know, refer to me as with female pronouns and stuff like that. And then when I got older and healthier, I would have had to go through the awkward thing of asking people to not call me female anymore. And that would have sucked. I mean, I'm glad I grew up in the time I did just so I didn't have to do that. While we're not totally beholden to biology, I feel as though some people really dismiss it or treat it as lesser. Yeah, I mean, you know, we adjust our biology all the time. The food you eat adjusts your biology. You know, the amount of sunlight you get adjusts your biology. None of it's set in stone, but there are certain things that, you know, are really hard to change. And if we're going to change them, you know, it should be for a good reason and fully thought through. And I'm not against anybody doing anything, you know. I'm a hardcore do whatever the fuck you want sort of person, but okay, I will never use this heavy crossbow, so I'm going to drop this. How do I drop this? Let's drop this. There we go. Can I pick up this thing now? Oh, yeah. Oh. This is like the knight set here. I need all of this stuff. I need all of it, so I'm going to have to keep dropping crap. Oh, crap. Alright, I'm not going to use that this playthrough. No way in hell. I might use the Great Club late in the game. Definitely won't use the claw. I'll keep the claws. I might use those. Ain't going to use that. Kite shield I'll probably use. Steel shield. Probably. Where's my burden? Equip burden? Or item burden? Ugh. Should probably drop that steel shield. Oop. Yeah, blah, blah. Come on, pick up all that stuff. Oh my god, are you kidding me? If this wasn't like the best armor set in the game, I would not bother with this, but that's what I'm currently wearing. I'm gonna be wearing that later. Might wear that later. Ugh. Dang it. What do we have for weapons? Crisp blade. Those don't weigh hardly anything. Soldier shield. Let's drop it. Hopefully I can pick this frickin' thing up now. No! Oh my god. Such a pain in the ass. J.K. Rowling was right. Okay, let's not, like, get into that. She's right to do what? She's right to say whatever the hell she wants, but she is a jerk. She is a bully. You can disagree or agree with what she's saying, but she's a jerk for how she says it. Let's put it that way. And I don't support jerks. I can wrap my head around there being more than two genders. I just don't like the new trend of diagnosing children before they fully grasp these concepts. Indeed, some people detransition. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I was fully on board with, like, you know, the idea of, you know, separating the idea of sex and gender. Sex is a biological thing, gender is a social thing. I'm on board with that, but that doesn't seem like the people that are pushing the current agenda are okay with that. It's, you know, gender and sex are the same thing. Ignore the biological aspect. And, you know, I think that can lead to a lot of, you know, problems, like with people having to detransition later on, which is just causing people more suffering, you know, and they're already suffering for whatever reason, be it, you know, their health, or maybe they are really trans, you know. I don't think that there is such a thing as, you know, a one-size-fits-all remedy for everyone, but at the same time, there is a limit to all this crap. I don't want to label myself as a gender somehow because I don't like most stereotypes. I just don't like labels. Labels suck for everything. I don't think there's... I'm going to have to drop the Great Club. That's all there is to it. I probably won't use it anyway. Okay. All right. Come on. Pick up that fluted set. Thank Christ. Jesus. Ugh. All right. I think we're good now. I do think if kids want to transition, they should test being transgender for a year. Hormone blockers can be risky at a young age. Also, they're kids. Sometimes they don't know what they want. Yeah, that's fine. They should absolutely, you know. Again, I think, you know, the idea of puberty blockers as a last resort, or, you know, hormone and stuff as a last resort, you know, after a long, well thought out road, it's an option to have. It's a tool to keep in the toolbox. It should not be the starting point, though. I don't want to deny anybody anything. I don't want to say that, you know, that stuff should be illegal or take it off the market, because while I don't think it's good for people, I think it has its place. But again, there are better options, you know. Transitioning socially and, you know, trying it on, so to speak, I guess, you know, probably should be the starting place. Unfortunately, not a lot of kids have that option because, you know, religious stuff and things like that. And just, thankfully, it's a lot more socially acceptable than it's ever been, so it's a lot easier. But, you know, I can't imagine what it would have been like if I would have tried that as a kid, you know, when I felt like that, you know, right around puberty age. I never, yeah, just pretty much shot down, like, in the community I grew up in, because I grew up out in the country, very religious area. Oh, yeah, that would have gone over great. Sometimes it's good to keep things to yourself. It sucks, but, you know. Sometimes boys play with dolls. That's it. There are no rules for how masculine or feminine we must act, regardless of any natural or neutral factor. Is neutral a word? I've never heard it like that. Not saying you're wrong. I just never heard that before. Neutral factors. Okay, we finally made it to the bottom here. I might get sniped here. Oh! I don't even think adults always know what they want. We have our whole lives to figure out who we are and what we are. Why the rush? Yep, I agree. Sorry, but I gotta go. I have to make my mum breakfast and get her medication sorted. She's disabled and can't move very well in the morning. See you next stream. Bye, Aiden. Thanks for coming out. Always a pleasure to have you here, along with everybody else. Have yourself a great week, my dude. Hopefully I'm gonna get sniped. Aw, I missed a crystal lizard there. Dang. Also, forming those heavy concepts for the young kids, like the homosexuality and the transgendering, They're too young for those types of things because their personality hasn't been formed. I mean, yeah, but is a personality ever really formed at the end of the day? You're right. I mean, their brain's not developed. Your brain's not fully developed until you're 25, for Christ's sakes, which is... A lot of people don't, consider that. Like, oh, 18, you're an adult. Your brain doesn't seem to... hasn't gotten the message quite yet. But yeah, and, it's the idea of kids are impressionable. They don't want to admit it. I didn't want to admit it when I was a kid. It was absolutely true. But, and especially with how prevalent, not saying it's a bad thing, but, how prevalent LGBT stuff is on TV and on the internet and stuff like that, And if you're different in some way, it could, as a kid, you could very logically come to the wrong conclusion about yourself. And it wouldn't be that you were being brainwashed or something like that. It's just, that's what you do as a kid. You try on concepts and you abandon them and you experiment and try new things. And experimenting and saying I'm a girl or I'm a boy when you're biologically, the opposite sex, that might just... I know a lot of people don't want to hear it, but it could just be a phase. Too. It's different for everyone. This is what I'm getting at. Now this spot's fun because you gotta... you could just die here. You could just straight up die here. I need to go up this way if I remember correctly. Oops, excuse me. I need to go up here. Yeah, I think this is where I want to go. There's a way to get around behind that ballista over there. I don't think neutral is a word. I just didn't know what word to use. Nature is to neutral as nature is to, or as natural to... That's so hard. That sentence was so hard for my dyslexia to read. Jesus. Nature and nurture. Oh, damn it. It's locked. All right. I'm gonna go to a different level. See if I can get patches in the Nexus. Where the frick do I go? Oh my god. Maybe I should take the time to kill this guy. Oh shit, there's a dude behind me. Dang. There's a couple dudes behind me. You also seem to level up a lot slower in this game, too. You just don't get as many souls. Now, see, if I were a mage, this would be a cakewalk. I want to say he's hiding something good, though. Ow, I thought I could kite around it. Dang it. So, just do this. Okay, that's the secret. Wait till he stops swinging. He's just gonna keep swinging for days. Holy crap. There we go. Okay. Just take my time on this big ball of arms and legs and such. Probably drops a lot of souls, too. Ow, why did I do that? That was so stupid. Why did I do that? I said I was going to take my time, and then I got impatient. I mean, I think kids can and should be taught concepts like gender. It just should be saved for the time like the regular sex talk. The 5-3X talk, yes. I was very confused for a second, but yeah, you can't say sex. Yeah. So like age 10 to 12. I got that talk around 9 or 10. I don't think I ever got a sex talk, to be honest. I don't remember ever having a sex talk. Off topic, but my sister introduced me to a song, and now I am obsessed with it. David Lee Roth, Yankee Rose is such a banger. I do not remember how that goes, but I do remember that being a good song. I was listening to a David Lee Roth song the other day, but it wasn't that one. Just came on randomly on Spotify. I forget what it was, though. Yeah, it can also just be a phase. There's a term called trender. Where a pretender just wants social clout from what I've seen on social media. It's a very real thing. I mean, yeah, there's so many people in the world. Absolutely. Of course that's a thing. Everything's a thing. Oh, I hate that so much. The internet really can bring out the worst in people. Yep, sure can. Are you ever going to start making videos again, then just live stream the whole time? No offense. No offense taken. I got a surprise for you. I've been making videos for the last, like, what, 4 or 5 months at this point? You probably just haven't been recommended them, my dude. Go to my channel. I just released a video on this past Friday. About a month ago, I released a really big video that I made that took me about 2 years on and off to make. I wasn't working on it the whole time, but on and off. 2 years. Did a couple classic style critiques in a similar vein to my older videos. Been doing a lot of YouTube shorts. Yeah, you probably just haven't been recommended them because I have been making videos again. But yeah, no offense taken. No, actually, the streaming is just a way to connect with you guys. It's by no means a large portion of my channel. In fact, I'd say it's probably, as far as quote-unquote content goes, it's the least interesting thing I'm doing right now. Although, we do have a lot of fun on the streams. But... oh, there's that hole I almost fell down again. Haha. How the hell do I get where I want to go? I said I was going to go to a different level, but then I totally didn't. This is the Tower of Latria stream, where we just run around the same dark corridors for 8 hours. Ta-da! Oh, right, and I died at the base. Yes, I need to go this way. That's what I was going to do. Go get my bloodstain back. Go grab the thing I was going to grab. Can I open these yet? Nope, sure can't. Appears to be locked. I mean regularly, not like one video and then no video for a whole month. No, because I am quality over quantity. I can't do one video a week. I can't do one video a week. I already do this full time. So it's just not possible to do the kind of videos I want to make. I can't do them one a week, unfortunately. I would love to be able to do it once a week. Not for a lack of trying. I've tried to do a weekly schedule so many times, but every time I do, I am just not happy with the quality of the videos. And you know, the kind of videos I'm making now are, you know, a lot more, there's a lot more editing that goes into them. I don't just want to be a talking head that, you know, nothing against people that just, you know, show gameplay and talk over it. But that's not, those aren't the kind of videos I want to make. I like doing animation. I like doing puppetry, as I've recently done. And I, you know, like taking time with my scripts. Any game that I review, I play it multiple times because I feel like in order to properly review a game, you have to know it on a, like an intimate level, and you're not going to be able to do that on a single playthrough. So, yeah, as much as I would love to upload once a week, it's not happening. It ain't going to happen ever. To me, regularly, if I can hit one video a month, that's regular for me. I'm lucky if I could do that with what I want to do. I do appreciate the interest, though, and wanting to see more content from me. I take no offense to anything you said no stretch of the imagination, but the reality of the situation is it's not going to happen. Sorry. Like the AVGN, well, he doesn't upload. Well, he probably does because he's got, like, you know, his podcasts and stuff like that. I mean, so that's what I was going to try this year. You know, I tried that. I think if I... Do I need to just run past this? I forget. 3. There we go. There's an item down here. So, I mean, you know, part of me would like to do... What I've tried to do in the past would be, like, I'm working on a big video, but while I do that, let's do, like, you know, a small game review this week. Maybe do an off-the-cuff video next week or something like that. The thing is, it just takes time away from the videos I want to work on, and I'm never happy with the quality of them. I feel like they're disposable, you know? Like, you watch them once, and then you'll never watch them again, and they're over with, and you'll never think about them again. You know, whereas I feel like my best work, maybe not you personally, but me, like, if I see a video that I really like, and it really, you know, really captures my imagination, I'm going to watch it again, and again, and again. But if I watch, like, you know, a game review, like an IGN type review or something like that, I'm never going to watch that again. And I don't think they're expecting any people to watch it again either, but, you know, I feel that my best work is rewatchable. I feel just in the same way that I feel like the best games are rewatchable. I got to get out of here because I'm just running around in circles this whole time. We are having good discussions, so that's good. I'm glad most of you guys are here for the discussions and not the gameplay. This is atrocious. Let's just do this. Doop, 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 doop. Maybe we might bounce to something else next week. As much as I'm enjoying Demon Souls, I feel like it's starting to get tedious for a streaming. Is this the thing? No. Case in point, now I can't find the exit. It appears to be locked. Of course, it's always locked. Ow. Ah! Like your videos with dark humor, like North America's character Japanese toy thing. Oh, I mean, that's the kind of stuff I like doing. Yeah, no, that stuff. But I mean, that's the video that took like 2 years to make. Like, I wish I could do videos like that once a week. I would love to be able to do a video like that a week, but it's not possible. I mean, but that's the kind of stuff I want to make. I'm glad you like it, you know. The dark humor, like Nolan North America, like my Romani's Mini Arcade video. When the hell did I pick up the key to this door? Oh my god, I was just about to find the way out of the level, and then I find where I need to go. Jesus. So I'm glad you like that stuff, because that's what I want to do. But it takes time. And I haven't found a way to speed it up yet. Oh, that's bullshit. I rolled under that. I find the way to go and immediately die. All right. Quality over quantity. I like quality over quantity so much. There was a German content creator who sadly switched to Twitch streams, but his videos were so amazing that I watched every single one. I also think that quantity stuff is reserved for other formats. Yeah, I mean, I thought about, like, I wouldn't do it on YouTube because I don't feel like YouTube's a very good streaming platform, at least not a good way to, like, build an audience around streaming. It's a good way to connect with your YouTube audience. But I have considered, and not saying I'm going to do this, but it has been on my mind, like, maybe doing, like, Twitch streaming, you know, like an hour a day or 2 hours a day or something like that. Not as long as I stream here, like Monday through Friday or something like that, as a way to, like, build an audience on a separate platform, and then, you know, hopefully send some traffic to my YouTube chat or my YouTube videos, which is what I'm really passionate about. I definitely feel like, you know, quality or quantity is a a better thing to have in other mediums like Instagram or, you know, like Twitter. And I guess, you know, it works for some YouTube formats. It doesn't work for my YouTube format. This is a bad idea. Why am I doing this? Come on, backstep, quick. Yes. The audio glitching was distracting me there. So yeah, doop doop doop. The more you develop editing skills, the harder it is to keep up with people's expectations for your videos. That's true. Though I enjoy your videos regardless of how much is edited. Oh, well, thank you. If only I did. That's the biggest thing, is like, if I'm not happy with the video, then that, it kills my, if I'm not happy with what I'm releasing, that it kills my enthusiasm for, you know, my bigger projects. So that's another reason I'm pretty much not going to make smaller videos. And actually, I'm probably done with the Console and Coffee YouTube shorts. I think I burned out that format already. I'm tossing around a few other ideas for a replacement short series, but I think I'm done with the Console and Coffee, because I think I hit the bottom of what I can realistically do with that series. Crap. And I'm lost again. I just want my bloodstain back. That's all I want. No, what time is it? No, we're gonna beat this level. We've been frickin' wandering around this whole time. Gotta end on a high note and beat this thing. I want to just go somewhere, Jesus Christ. That's all I want to do. I'd be down to watch your Twitch stream. I might be able to swear. Yeah, you might be able to. That'd be great. Mike Matei once said outright James Rolfe screwed himself by upping the par of quality of AVGN so high that some people complain when there's a basic episode. Yeah. Yeah, and it also doesn't help that I have a not insubstantial number of people subscribed to my channel that are only interested in my Sonic the Hedgehog videos that I made years ago. So, like, it was a little demoralizing when I, you know, released that Super Mario Bros. 2 video with Nolan North America, which I believe is like the best video I've ever made. I worked really hard on it. It took a long time to make. Super happy with it. And the day I posted it, the very first comment I got on it was, nobody gives a shit about old Mario games. Talk about Sonic Frontiers. And not gonna say that it, you know, killed my enthusiasm, but I'd be lying if I said it didn't hurt a little bit, because I put my heart and soul into that video, and the very first comment was, you know, fuck you, why are you making this? I didn't subscribe for this. Well, I'm sorry you didn't subscribe for this. That's not your channel. I need to go down. That's the problem. I saw my bloodstain. It's down here. Oh, but how do I get down there? I don't know. Maybe I do need to go up. Do we need to go up to go down? Gotta get up to get down. You gotta get up to get down. Yeah, I think I do. But yeah, it's a tough balance between upping your power of quality to compete with other content creators and keep your viewers' attention, yeah, versus getting so high quality you stop being able to deliver. Yep. I agree. Mike Matei was the best part of the AVGN series. He was a good part of it. I don't know if I'd say the best part, but yeah. There was definitely a certain charm to like the old videos where he was like playing Bugs Bunny or the Joker or something like that. Those were always the best ones. Oh, why did I do that? I need to run. I need to run. Okay, we're done here. Oh. I'm sorry I laughed hard when you said that. Oh, what about the Sonic comment thing? Oh, it's okay. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I haven't decided fully. If I think of more things I could do with the Console and Coffee thing, but the last couple I made, I feel like I was, you know, just repeating stuff, and I haven't really found a good way to add more, I don't know, go in depth with them a little more. I feel like I was just repeating the same exact thing, like, oh, you know, here's a console, here's some coffee, let's play a game. Then I spill coffee on myself. Then I talk about a game. Then it's over because it's only a minute long. And they are fun to make, but I'm already noticing they're getting less fun to make every time I make one, and I think it's just because I can't, I feel like I kind of worked myself into a corner with that one. Here's a question for you guys. What do you think of this? Because here's one of my main ideas for like a replacement for the shorts videos. I was thinking about like a short series where I talk about like, and I go through like video game genres, and I go like, you know, here's like the 2D platformer, let's go there, and explain like, you know, the major games for it, big influences, short history of that, you know, talk about multiple games, or here is like the brain fart, like a immersive sim, which is like, you know, BioShock, Deus Ex, Thief. You know, what is an immersive sim? You talk about the immersive sim, you know, it's a game with a lot of game with a lot of like branching paths, unique level design, a lot of different ways you can go about stuff. What are we doing here? My dude. At least they stagger easily. Oh, hey, what do you know? These guys must be weak to slashing damage. I was thinking I wouldn't be powerful enough to go here, but yeah. I didn't pull the trigger on console coffee yet. I just said it's starting to get a little old for me personally. You know, I'm sorry. I personally think you can do a bit more research on games when talking about history, but that's just me. Yeah, you mean me personally in my videos? I'm not a history guy. I'm a game critic. I don't give, unless the history of the game directly influences like the design of the game, I don't give a fuck about the history of it. There are plenty of people talking about the history of the game. I'm not one of them. I'm interested in what the game is, you know. And if it's a game that has like, you know, an interesting historical thing, like, you know, Super Mario Brothers 2, yeah, absolutely. Japanese Super Mario Brothers 2 is what I was talking about, or even the other one. That's an interesting history, you know. But I'm not a history channel. It's not what I'm interested in, and I don't find it particularly enjoyable to watch personally. Like when people talk about just the history of something and they don't. It's all, oh Jesus, you just beat the crap out of me. Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say there is I don't enjoy it when, you know, somebody's just going through what can be summed up in Wikipedia. Not saying, you know, the best people go deeper than that, obviously, but still, it's like, what the hell am I trying to say? Why am I suddenly getting my ass kicked? I was like doing so good on these guys before, but now I can't do anything. I think we're gonna play a different game next week. Because you guys just watched me die like 18 times in this stream. Not that I care, but I feel like this is painful to watch. Yeah. But yeah. I think we're just done playing the game. Let's just chat. Let's just chat for the last half hour. Everybody cool with that? Let's just chat. It's all about the discussion anyway. Let me close the game here. Let's see. Where did we leave off? Anyway, what I was trying to say, before I got ganked by skeletons is, I'm interested more in what people think about something, their subjective opinion of something, that I am like, you know, dry historical perspective. Not saying you can't make that interesting, absolutely you can, but you know, I told the story of Demon Souls on stream last week and I thought it was interesting because I think that's an interesting historical perspective or historic moment for gaming. Can't talk suddenly. But yeah, I'm not too interested in history of games myself, so that's why I don't go very deep on them. Ooh, if I was half the time gone because human rights... Wait, what? Because human rights to let go of... oh, let go of the water in my body. You gave your water to someone, as to quote Dune there. The guy who left that Sonic comment sucks. Sorry that happened. It's fine. It only hurt my feelings for about 10 minutes, and then I was over it. It wasn't... And it didn't even hurt my feelings that bad. It was just like, huh... Worked really hard on that, and I'm really proud of it. Yeah, kind of took the wind out of my sails a little bit temporarily, but I feel like every human peaks at some point in a creative level. I didn't get the hate from some new AVGN episode though, because I still thought that the similar ones were good. Yep. You're gonna go on the normal genres or on the Steam community genres. There are so many names for the same genre. Yeah, I would go, if I were to do that, so I was thinking of calling it like Consolepedia, or not Consolepedia, Genrepedia, or something like that. Working title. But, yeah, if I were going to do that, I would go with like the more generally accepted, you know, like genre definitions, like something that, you know, you'd find on Wikipedia, something that has like a historical precedent to it. I would say like, you know, the idea of like a Souls-like genre 10 years ago was kind of silly, but now it's such a commonplace thing. I feel it is a real genre. But a lot of like Steam tags and a lot of Steam genres, they definitely are, you know, people throwing out whatever the hell they want. This is a butt-fuck ma-ding-dong game or something like that. You know, what does it mean? I don't know. Here's another butt-fuck ma-ding-dong game. Something like that. So, yeah, if I were to do that, it would be more generally accepted. Like, I feel immersive sim, it's not used as commonly these days, I feel, but I think it's still prevalent enough that people would, people recognize what that kind of game is. And if you didn't know what that kind of game is, and you said that, and be like, oh, what the hell does immersive sim mean? And then you talk about the game, you'd be like, oh, that kind of game. BioShock. Oh, Deus Ex. Gotcha. That sort of game. System Shock 2. Yeah. Also controversial. Oh, I missed one from Jimmel there. If I started a channel, I wanted to do something like where I act like a scientist studying the different genre in an overview video, then review a couple big titles from that genre. Yeah, that would be fun. I've had a similar idea. So I had this idea. I don't know if I'll ever do it. Probably not, because I tend to talk about video games. But a few years ago, I had this idea for like a mad scientist character. Similar to that, but more like a steampunk mad scientist. But his whole thing was, I think, his whole thing was like 90s nostalgia stuff, because I recognized like, oh, the 90s are going to come back in vogue because, you know, it's a 30-year cycle, and I'm a 90s kid, and I have all this stuff from my childhood that'd be, you know, really fun to experiment with. And, you know, I was thinking like, does anybody know what the letter people are? It was a thing we had when I was in kindergarten that was like helping kindergartners like learn their letters or whatever, and each letter person had like a song attached to them. I don't know if they still do that. Probably not. But we had the letter people, and I'm like, oh, we could do a whole video on the letter people. And the idea of the series was like this Dr. Nostalgia, whatever, was basically the whole show would be like from the perspective of somebody tied to a chair, and he was like talking about these nostalgic things and extracting like their nostalgic energy to power some mad scientist machinery. And at the end of the episode, they'd be like a husk of a human being. I might make that someday. It sounds really cool, but yeah, that's a great format. I like how you had a similar idea with the genre, talking about genres there. Also controversial, but I don't watch every video from every content creator that I like anymore, simply because some topics don't hook me, but I still know why I subscribe, so that topic hook will come eventually. Yeah, I usually, I won't subscribe to somebody unless I am interested in everything they post, or at least like a good 90%. That's just me, though. And I kind of, that's another reason, like, I'm trying to narrow down, like, the kind of videos I make, because from an outside perspective, looking at my own channel, only about 70% of the stuff on my channel I'd personally be interested in watching, and I kind of feel like that's a problem, honestly. I feel like if I don't enjoy it, then what's the point? So I've kind of made a promise to myself not to make any more off-the-cuff videos unless I have an interesting idea that format fits with, or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. It'd be sad to see. Oh, it'd be sad to see Coffee go, but if you don't want to do it, no sweat. A replacement series about discussing a specific gaming term might be interesting. How about episode 1? What's a Metroidvania? That would be a good one, seeing as Metroidvanias are super popular. But yeah, I could just, instead of talking about just genres, it'd be like a glossary, a glossopedia, if you will. Ooh, I like that. A glossopedia, gaming glossopedia. Maybe that's what we'll call it. And instead of just doing like a specific genre, talk about, any term, like, what is gank? What does ganking mean? It's when a shit ton of enemies come out of nowhere and beat the shit out of you, sort of thing. That'd be pretty good too. And then you could include genres in there. I will find you. Okay. Well, there's that, but it's the same as saying people could just read the book instead of listening to an audiobook. What was that? I forget what you're referencing there, Jimmel. Oh, in terms of like the historical thing. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with listening to an audiobook, but there is something like I personally, kind of a little off topic here. I know you're just using that as an example, but I like reading fiction and listening to nonfiction personally. That's just how it works out for me. I respect every decision a content creator makes, by the way. Good. I feel like, people shit on like content creators for making decisions, but making strange decisions or doing new things, but I feel like they're doing that because they're not getting something that they once were getting out of their videos or their artwork. I feel like it's either you have the Matt Pat route, or you have like the JonTron route. Matt Pat, his videos were very clearly early on were like made out of like love and passion, but then as time went on, they became all about like trying to get the clicks and get as much YouTube engagement as possible and stuff like that. And it's paid off for him. His channel's grown exponentially. It's one of the biggest channels on YouTube, one of the biggest gaming channels by far. I keep sliding down my chair. I don't know what's going on today. But and then he has like his GT Live thing, and he has the whole lore thing and stuff like that. And it just doesn't seem like, and the food theorist and the movie theorist, or film theorist rather, he's made a format and he hasn't deviated from it too much because he's trying to appeal to, appeal to the algorithm, essentially, not even people. And I don't like that personally. I don't fault the guy for doing that because obviously it's a career for him. It's directly affects his livelihood. But then there's the JonTron route, which I don't like JonTron's content anymore, but I fully respect the guy. I was into JonTron back in the day for his gaming videos because it very much seemed like he was passionate about them, and he was. But then it got to a certain point where he was done talking about games, and he didn't want to talk about games anymore. He wanted to start talking about weird things like, like crappy Titanic movie or something like that, which, yeah, it gets more clicks, but you can tell by the level of production value he put into it and the time investment that he genuinely cared about, that topic and delivering an interesting show that he himself enjoyed. And like I said, I don't enjoy his new stuff, but I respect what he's done and where he's gone, and it seems like he's enjoying himself, at least as of the most recent video I've seen of his, which has it's been quite a few years at this point, so maybe that's changed. But oh yeah, do. Have you ever been compared to AVGN or NitroRad? Ooh, AVGN. Everybody who makes videos about video games has been compared to the AVGN because he was like the first to do it, really. So yes, I have. Doesn't help that some of my earlier videos, I was, thankfully they're hidden and you guys can't see them, and I don't think you've ever seen them because they've been hidden for like 10 years now. But some of my early videos were very much me trying to do an AVGN thing. So rightfully being called an AVGN ripoff was, that made sense. NitroRad, I've been compared to NitroRad before. The funny thing is, so there's NitroRad and there's, oh God, I can't think of his name now. Scott the Waz. I've had this one comment on, on one video that I did a long time ago, and I don't even remember what one it was. It was a really old video of mine. Oh no, it was a recent video of mine, actually. I want to say it was something one of my Spyro videos, maybe. Something I did a few years ago. But one of the comments on there was like, this guy is such a ripoff of NitroRad and Scott the Waz. And my first thought was like, I've been doing this longer than both of them. Not to toot my own horn. Their earlier videos are much better than my earlier videos, but I've been doing this for 16, 17 years at this point. I used to upload to screwattack.com when I was, like really young. I've been doing this a long time, so it was funny to me that I was considered the ripoff of the three. And I've been doing this longer than both of them, but they're way more popular than I am, so you're not wrong, I guess. My Super Mario mug is so amazing. What did I miss? You missed me getting my ass kicked and wandering around the Tower Latria for 2 hours straight. I think you were on before that, but yeah. And then we decided we're just gonna have a chat for the rest of the stream. It's fine. We're having good discussions. That's all we've been having. You didn't come for the gameplay today because it was awful. Terrible performance. My Super Mario mug is so amazing. Cup? Sure, I guess. Ever gonna play Cuphead? I have played Cuphead. Could we play it on stream? Yeah, we could play it sometime. How big is Cuphead? I'll see if I can get it downloading right now, and if it's done downloading, we can play a level or two. Let's end this Demon Souls stream with some Cuphead. Why not? I don't think it's on my Steam Deck, though. I haven't downloaded it on... How do I... Oh, there we go. Cuphead. Not sure how many gigabits it is. Doop doop. In library, 12 gigabytes. Yeah, nope, that ain't happening. Okay, I'm not even gonna try. Also, if I start downloading something, the stream might die. That's probably not a good idea to do. Anywho, yeah, we'll play Cuphead sometime. Should we play Cuphead next week? Or do you guys want to go back to retro game hopping? I'm up for whatever. We're not playing Demon Souls next week. That got a little tedious towards the end. But Cuphead would be fun. I might have to practice. I haven't played that game in a few years. Are we going back to retro game hopping next week? It's up to you guys. What do you guys want to do? I don't care. I'm up for whatever. I got my fill of Demon Souls on stream. I'm probably going to finish that playthrough on my own time because I still want to play Demon Souls, but I don't want to subject you guys to me wandering around aimlessly for the whole stream like I did today, so... Oh, yeah. Metroidvania or search action? Search action? Is that like a genre? I've never heard the term search action before. Huh, interesting. Gaming Glossopedia sounds great, and broadening it beyond just genre will give you greater creative freedom and options for vids. Yeah. Alright, I might look into that. That might be a replacement for Console and Coffee. I haven't, again, if I can think of some more depth to add to Console and Coffee, something so I'm not just repeating myself every week, I'll continue doing that, but yeah. I don't like Matt Pat's content anymore. We all had a a FNAF theory phase, but he stagnated, and he had a few little scandals that made him look foolish and unable to take criticism. Oh yeah, he can't take criticism worth a crap. That's for sure. The whole Undertale thing, like, he made such a big deal about, like, people criticizing his Undertale videos and saying that, you know, it was like, and they weren't even, like, all the comments that he was, like, highlighting that were saying, like, were really bad and really affected his mental health. It was just really, like, not that bad. It was, I don't know. It just, he's got a really thin skin. You just say that. Hopefully he's not watching, or I might have made him cry. JonTron, I watched for a while. Thought that most stuff is good, but feel similar to what you said. But there was at least one no video game related one that I enjoyed. Yeah, I think the last JonTron video I remember watching was, he did that. It was like a VHS tape, like a short film about, like, the dangers of Dungeons and Dragons. It was like a scare campaign in the 1980s, and it showed, like, all these kids, like, playing Dungeons and Dragons, but they made it sound like it was a satanic cult or something like that. And yeah, I don't know. I think that was the last JonTron video I watched, and it was a good one, but wasn't really my cup of tea at the end of the day. Also, can't watch every JonTron video. I respect what he does. I respect he does whatever he wants and still love his personality, but he covers very strange topics. Some videos are overproduced, and I miss his gaming stuff. Yeah, that's another thing I dislike about JonTron stuff is they are very overproduced. It's fine. It seems to be that's what he's into, and that's what he appreciates. It seems like that's what he's passionate about. You can tell the difference between somebody that's overproducing something because they're trying to, you know, there's too many cooks in the kitchen, they hired a whole bunch of people to do this or that or whatever, and somebody that's overproducing because they're, you know, a studio wizard or whatever, and they just want to, you know, do whatever. I mean, a good example would be like A Night at the Opera by Queen, which is one of my favorite albums. That album is very overproduced, if we're being honest. It's still a great album, but yeah, it is very, very overproduced, and it gets kind of muddy in a few places just because there's so much going on, because Queen had like a 64-track studio, you know, tape deck to work with, and they used every last track to fit every sound in that they could. Scott the Woz is overrated. I've never actually watched any of Scott the Woz's. I'm familiar with who he is, but I've never seen any of his videos before, so I couldn't comment on that. Once again, good personality, but he has too many juvenile cutaway gags and sketches that are on par with bad Nostalgia Critic sketches. Oof. Yeah, I used to like Nostalgia Critic back in the day, but it was kind of the same thing. Like, you know, his format got very repetitive. Turns out he was not a very good person. Lots of scandals, you know, can't take criticism, sort of thing. Yeah, we grow out of stuff. Ah, yes, it was a video where John talked about Kid Nation. No, I don't know about that one. Have you almost quit YouTube because of you or a mean comment or viewer? No, I've never. I mean, I've taken long breaks from YouTube and making videos before, but it's never really crossed my mind to quit. You know, I shouldn't say that. It has crossed my mind. I've never considered it seriously though, but it's never been because, you know, somebody said something mean or whatever like that. Like, I'm pretty good. Like, you know, I'm pretty good about, like, if, you know, somebody says, like, you know, you look stupid. I've gotten, like, you know, ugly comments before, which I think are, like, the lowest fucking whatever. Like, oh, you're so ugly. I'm like, okay, that's entirely subjective. I don't give a fuck what you think. I think I'm relatively handsome, and that's all that matters, so. Yeah. I want to talk. Oh, what do you want to talk about, Fungi? I still would like to see a Hat in Time on stream, but I'm good with what people prefer. Yeah, so I got one vote for... We got Cuphead. We got a Hat in Time. Hat in Time would be fun to play, too. Game is also fun, but the main... Ooh, I skipped something there. I'm kind of interested in seeing you play a Japanese-only PS2 licensed game. It's called Golden Knight Garo. The show was a Power Rangers show, but targeted for adults. Let me put that on the list. Game is fun. But the main campaign is like 30 minutes to an hour. Ooh, interesting. I'll put it on the list for our retro game hopping, and if we go back to that, I'll add it on. What was it called again? It was Golden Knight Garo. Golden Knight Garo. I still have the list from last time that has Rhythm Heaven, Game Boy Advance, Nights and Dreams, Bubsy 3D, Burning Rangers, Katamari Damacy. Yeah. So I still have a list of games to add to the Steam Deck before we do our next retro game hop. So, I'd be down for either Cuphead or more retro hopping next week. Good burn on Matt Pat crying. Doug Walker, aka Nostalgia Critic, has at least gotten better at taking criticism. Oh, has he? I haven't watched Nostalgia Critic in probably 5-6 years at this point. Sonic Frontiers. Is it on sale? Let's go to the Steam Deck here. Let's go to the Steam Deck. Let's see if Sonic Frontiers is on sale. If it is, maybe. I'm not going to buy it until it's on sale because I don't want to pay $60 for it. I don't feel like I'm going to like it enough to justify that price point. Oop. Sonic Frontiers. Nope, still $60. Okay, well, we're not playing Sonic Frontiers next week. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy that until it's on sale, because, nah. It's what I've been waiting for. I still want to check it out, even though I know it's a very divisive game, and I'm probably not gonna like it, to be honest, but I do want to check it out, because I want to give it a fair shake. All right, you whiz, how you doing? Relatively late night, so not sticking around too long. Well, we're just kind of winding down anyway. So, who are we killing tonight? Witches, dragons, bugs, or squirrels? Oh, we're killing everybody's patience for Noah's Demon Souls skills. That's what we're doing. We basically ran around the same area in Demon Souls for like, 2 hours. So yeah, we're gonna do something else next week. If I recall the look at the thumbnail, it was like 40 kids but no parents. It was on TV, and apparently kids had to build their own little nation. It was stupid as fuck, and the kids were traumatized. Interesting. Play it next time. Nope, I'm not going to be playing that next time. Sorry, Slimy Cat. No Sonic Frontiers, rather. Hey, sorry I'm late and seeing you're going off later, but I just popped in to say hi. Hi, Romello. How are you? Thanks for popping in. Yeah, we're finishing up here with some good old discussions and discussiominating. Discussiominating, that's a word. I'm inventing all sorts of words tonight. We invented nature, or what was it? Natural and neutral, and glossopedia. And then whatever word I just said that I already forgot about. So yeah, JonTron actually was making a video about a stupid TV show. Ah, nice. See, that actually sounds kind of interesting, but I probably still won't watch it. Yeah, Nostalgia Critic likes when Oni Play does impressions of it. Oni Plays does impressions of him. I love Oni Plays impression. I don't watch Oni Plays, but I do see clips of like his Nostalgia Critic impressions. Really funny. Whereas Linkara, aka the Lightbringer, acts like a fuddy-duddy about any joke made about him. JonTron interviewed one of the kids who was on that TV show. Really? Interesting. I am well in general. Lots of stuff going on. Only real constant is not enough sleep. That sucks. That's the name of the game here in the United States today, because it was good old daylight savings time. Woo! Ah, yes, I saw John spilling the beans about interviewing the kid. All right, I think we're going to go back to retro game hopping next week. I think that's what we'll do. I got a few votes for that. I got like a bunch of games here. So yeah, we'll do some more retro game hopping. That's kind of our shtick anyway. we'll go back to that. Wow, you've catched up. I know, right? Just a time to end the stream. So yeah, I think we're gonna end it a little early tonight, just because we're out of games to play, and I finally caught up with the chat. And we don't want to get too in-depth with another discussion before the stream ends. So thank you all for joining me. Sorry the gameplay was a little lackluster tonight, but, you know, that's a thing. Daylight savings time. Ah, yes, Ben Franklin's revenge. Yeah, that fucker. Yeah, and we put him on the $100 bill. Freaking wasn't even a president. Jeez. All right, thank you all for joining me, and wonderful discussions tonight, as always. And next week, we're going to do some more retro game hopping. And I'll see you all then. Have a great week, everyone. Come on!